Yo, welcome back to the channel everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's Oscar and we're back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about another hoard that was, I guess, found. These are they're cool chips. They're obviously something that isn't, how do I say, it's not ultra rare, but they're rare chips, definitely. Chips from a small, I guess it was a small casino in Jackpot, Nevada. These chips are from the Diamond Ji'ms casino that was open in Jackpot from the years of about 1960, 61, 64, 65. So it was in the mid-60s, early to mid-60s, this place was open. Small place on Highway 93, Diamond Ji'ms Casino in Jackpot. So question, or I guess the chips in question, what was found or what was posted, is 1 rack of 1s, 3 racks of 5s, and about 45 or so of the 25s. And I guess if we're talking about it, in this general sense, the 1s, I mean the 1s, there was probably a rack or 2 racks on eBay, probably, I think it was this year actually. I don't think it went for too much. I know I was trying to bid on them, but I'm not exactly, I don't remember what they went for. I tried looking up, I couldn't find it, but I guess the main question is, as far as these chips go, what are the, I guess, the money chips, we could say. And the 25s are ultimately the chips that are worth the most in this, I guess we could say, a hoarder set that was found. The 5s, they're not common. They're like a 40 kind of, I guess we could say a $30 to $50 range chip, the 5s. The 25s though, from what I could find, the 25s have been selling for $160, $160. Going a little bit further down, $83, $89. So I'd say the 25s, I guess we could say before this little set was found, they were probably worth about $100, $120 a piece, depending on the buyer ultimately. The 5s, like I said, they're like a $30 to $50 chip. The 1s, depends on who's buying them, but the 1s, they're hot stamped 1s. They're not the most interesting chips in the world. I think I saw some sold for like $8, $10, $6, somewhere around that range. They're not a crazy looking chip, but definitely something kind of cool to see, especially Christian Jones chips. You don't see C&J chips all that often. When people think about sets being found or people trying to build sets, it's always probably Paulson's. People have Bud Jones sets, TRK sets. There's a few people that have illegal chip sets like myself, but not many. So I don't know, it's kind of cool. I wouldn't say this is a giant hoard because these chips aren't worth the most amount of money. The chips that are actually worth the most amount of money from Diamond Ji'ms are actually the black, I guess we could say the black $5 chip, and then the gray $5 chip. The gray $5 chip, I don't think I found one sold. So the gray $5 chip that's on Chip Guide, actually posted by David Sarles. I can't find, or maybe I'm not looking hard enough, I can't find one of those sold. The black 5, plenty of those sold. In 2018 there were actually 2 sold for $900. 2012 there was one sold for $475. The hot stamped black CJ chip that was posted by David Sarles, that one's probably pretty hard to find. And I'm not sure about the hot stamped 5 with the 3 edge spots. As far as the 25s go though, the hot stamped 25, I don't think it's worth that much. I think I saw a couple of those sold. They didn't sell for too much. Like we talked about, the green Christian Jones inlay chip, there's 45 of those in this little set that was found. The gray with 3 red edge spots, those are a little bit more on the pricier range. 2013 one sold for $345. Going down here, 2020 there was actually a set of 3, the black 5, a yellow inlay 5, and the gray 25 sold for $250. So that was pretty good deal there. Obviously, because they were, or those chips were all together, the price wasn't going to be as much as a singles price. But if we look here, yes, so the hot stamped 5 only sells for about $20. The hot stamped 25 sells for about 10 to 15, I guess. It's not too desirable. Kind of like, I guess, in the world of chips, I guess more people like the inlays. I can agree. I really love artistic inlays, especially the stuff from the 50s and 60s and 70s. All that stuff that they used to do back then as far as inlays go, those inlays they're like up here on a different level. Today's inlays, they're down here. Today's inlays suck. And I can totally agree with that. Today's inlays suck. The old inlays, old artwork, especially on matchbook cards, all that stuff, the artwork was just on another level. But going back to the chips, last one of those gray with 3 red edge spot chips, the 25s I can find, sold for $123.51 back in May. So that's definitely the money chips in this set. As far as the value in this set is mainly in the 25s, but the whole set overall is just, it's amazing. You know, I'm a real picker. I posted in this thread, somebody was talking about the person who posted them, they said they were going to keep them. I said I'd keep them too. Very cool old set that you won't see often. Such a soft spot for old chips. I said this is so awesome, and a super story too. The person who found them, there's actually their grandparents. Let me read this real quick. They recently joined to do some research. Chips they recently inherited from their grandparents. Diamond Ji'ms, Jackpot chips from the 1s through 25s. They're in original Christian Jones boxes, which is pretty cool. They found out a little bit more information. They only know, their grandparent, I guess, knew the owner of Diamond Ji'ms and used to play with my grandparents, and eventually ended up just leaving them with my grandparent after the casino closed. So that's a pretty cool story. You know, I wouldn't, especially as far as, I guess we could say in an inheritance way, I wouldn't get rid of this set, especially now that you kind of know what the value of the chips are. Let alone, it's almost like a perfect cash set. 1 rack of 1s, 3 racks of 5s, and then you got 45 25s, which you probably won't even end up using. You could easily play 1-2, or let's say 2-5 or something like this with this set, because 5s are going to be the workhorse of the set. They're Christian Jones. They're all in nice condition, and it's just an amazing set. So I think that's all I can say about this Diamond Ji'ms little hoard that was found. Like I said, it's not a huge hoard. Definitely not, you know, on par with some of the more recent hoards that came out in the last year, but definitely something that we wouldn't have expected to just randomly pop up. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick little one. Hopefully you learned a little bit about these chips, maybe about the value, a little kind of insight as to Diamond Ji'ms chips. So hopefully you did. If you did, please drop a like. If you have any comments or if you have any other extra information, go ahead and put that into the comments. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Ain't nobody like me.